All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for persisting with the Zoom gremlins. And I will be on the phone with Zoom on Monday, trying to get our money back for this, because I really apologize for the problems that you've had and through the week. But thank you. And ultimately, so our news is we've had over 175 people register for the event, and that doesn't include the speakers and the board members. So, that is beyond expectations. And thank you for, just supporting MOA and for being there, and the speakers. I think we had some really good recordings that are available on MOA's YouTube channel, and hopefully it's given you food for thought and ways to look forward after kind of a dismal year. So that's kind of where we're at. And nope, virtual is way less than meeting in person, and hopefully we can do something face-to-face soon. So we'd hope to get a few more people on. And again, I'm a little worried that people are having trouble getting on, but I think I'm going to hand this over to Ty O'Connor.
In the meantime, can I just interrupt with one quick thing?
Oh God, yeah.
Jamie's efforts have been nothing short of heroic, period. Go ahead, Ty.
Where's Sam at?
Is Jim?
Where's everybody at?
Is Jim on?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
Jim, were you going to do an intro to any of this, or you just want me to go with it?
Want a drum roll?
Well, you know how it works in Eastern Montana. There's got to be a drum roll.
Well, part of this, I think, in a way, is that if you were last year's award winner, you get to make this year's presentation. So that's not entirely the tradition, but it often happens that way. So it's your turn to step up, Ty, and have at it.
So you're saying I got open mic for as long as I want, or how long do you need?
careful.
As long as the whiskey and beer holds up.
Damn, where's the
Intermission?
I only got 2 more, so.
Okay, well, I made some notes for what I need to do. I don't know if you guys can read that, but that's what I'm going to go with. Just kidding. Serena wrote them out so we can read them. So, well, we are honored to present this year's leadership in organics for MOA. But first things first, we got to get a couple of items of business that haven't been addressed this week. And the first one is we all need to do a cheers to whiskey and organic water. So cheers, everyone.
Happy
Cheers.
social hour.
We're hoping for a better year. And I'm thinking 22 is going to be the one. And that leads me to our next topic, is the answer to climate change. So it's really kind of driving me nuts that we can't meet in person and we can't get that cooler back. The drought buster is what I call it, because when we owned that cat cooler, we had the best years of our lives. And we gave that cat cooler away to
We gave it away.
that little farmer in Hinsdale that keeps filling it up. He says, well, we use it sometimes we don't, but we've done some upgrades to it. We actually bought a plug for it. We had dinner with them here the other night and had a nice visit about it. So we're thinking the answer to climate change, at least for this side of the state, is to do the auction in person and get the cat cooler back over here to this side of the state so we could level the rainfall and snow levels across the state.
Even if it costs us a fortune.
So I know there wasn't a lot of research done with that idea, and it's maybe not the smartest thing in the world, but at this point, we're ready for anything that we can come up with. So Matt, I don't know, he's probably not on here, but watch out. We know where you live. We might come early,
If
actually.
it disappears, we don't know what happened to it.
You could always keep it for ransom.
We
That's
might.
right.
Donations.
It may
Okay.
be that it requires a live auction though for it to work properly.
Well, let's fix that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think
So now that we got the climate change issue figured out, we'll go on to business. One thing I'd like to say is, I hate to say, I love seeing all the people on my computer. We do, but we find this offensive to give an award without being able to shake the person's hand and look them in the eye. That's just how our inner Montana works. Is we don't do well sitting in our office trying to talk to you guys. We have to be in the same room for all this to work. So with that part being said, I'm hoping this way of meeting is over after this year.
Here, here.
Yep.
So with this year's nomination and winner of the leadership in organics, she has been a huge voice and instrumental in the growth of Montana organics. This person serves on more boards across the state than I would ever like to be on, and probably most of you here sitting on this computer screen tonight. When I thought about this individual, and I thought about over the last 10, 12, 13 years, he or she has been the only one that I've ever seen put their fingers in the dirt on the ground and diagnose weed problems, look at ant hills, help with rotational crops and different varieties, and also brought new organic ideas and research projects that might be something that you could apply to your operation. I did talk to this person's employer earlier this week, and we visited for about 20, 30 minutes. And so basically what he stated in a lot more words than what I'm going to say is that this person is irreplaceable in his field and in the organic growth of Montana, which I thought was pretty good. This individual has designed, developed, installed, and put into operation equipment that has leaped the progress for Montana for organic products to move across the nation. I didn't know that he was involved, or he or she was involved in every aspect of that process. So we got a couple personal notes of this individual. Do you want to do one of the personal notes? Okay.
So I will do one personal note because it touches my heart. So when Ty and I found out we were pregnant with Cassius, he or she was the first one to know out of anybody, no family, no kids, no nothing. And within a week, within a few days, we had a box delivered to our address, and I opened it up and all the kids were running around, and we had not told the kids yet. And I opened it up and there's all this baby bobcat gear in this box. And I quickly shoved it back in the box, as I had not told our children yet. We had not told our children yet. So it was still secret. And I quickly ran up to the room, and I have all this baby bobcat gear that just touched my heart, and from ear to ear. And it shows this person's character and what their heart is, and what they believe in their character is the biggest thing. That was a huge deal. That was our Ty and I's baby's first baby gift, and it was a big deal to Ty and I, what that meant to us, and especially me as a mama. I was like, oh, that was the first baby bobcat, babe. I was like, from ear to ear. So it was a pretty big deal.
On another personal note, this individual felt a farmer's frustrations while building his wife's perfect kitchen and sent carpentry tools to him in the mail to finish the kitchen correctly.
Thank you.
This individual hails from Kansas, but has paid his dues in Montana. He's paid them long enough. I'm proud to call him one of us at this point. He also cheers for the right team, which really makes this decision easy. He treats people fairly, and he believes that your word and your handshake are worth more than a piece of paper. So with closing here, we have an understanding out here in this country that you surround yourself with somebody better than yourself. Sam Schmidt, you're one of those people. Congratulations on this year's leadership of organics in the state of Montana.
We love you, Sam. Cheers.
See those little reaction things you can do? Look at that. See?
Cheers to you, Sam. We appreciate you.
Great.
Speech.
Super appreciate that. Those are some super kind words, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tearing up. So thanks for that. Great, appreciate that. Love this state. Love our community. Love the job we're in. Just love being around these people, and it's a good life. I truly love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for all you do.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. I love it. I love this life. It's great. Thank you, guys.
Sam, I don't have that kitchen done yet, so you know.
I want my tool back at some point too.
Next personal meeting.
Yeah, yes. Come on down.
Yes, we'll make you a steak and give you your tool back. Maybe you guys can finish my kitchen.
We may partner up, Sam.
I thought we were gonna auction off the tools at the live auction.
Where's the live auction? We're all about it.
Let's be doing that next year, right? Let's make next year a good in-person event and get back to normal, and life will go on, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry I had to do this on the phone. I just had to travel this weekend, but super appreciate everybody. And Jamie, you're doing a great job with this conference, and the virtual part of it. It was great, and all presenters were great, and it's been a good event.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, again, we're gonna have to do this all in person again, so you guys are gonna get re-awarded the next time we're all together with an auction tie. So,
Bring the cooler, Matt.
We'll have the cooler, I think, at that point.
okay.
I don't think Matt has the cooler. I think Jerry has it.
Well, I know where Jerry lives, so we're all right.
Let's just.
So we're, are we unmuted?
No, yeah, we're unmuted.
Tyler trying to-
Yeah, I told him to do it by. Okay, all right. Well, if you don't, call me back, okay? Because, yeah.
There's still people trying to get in on this Zoom meeting, and Jamie's wearing her many hats and a technological advisor and trying to help folks get in.
Yeah, we need to have an actual tech person.
You know, I saw one Zoom meet this week, and they actually hired a guy from Zoom who was constantly there. Probably
Well-
cost a lot of money though.
Well, sadly, Senator Tester planned to join the business meeting, and
Oh,
.gov accounts are blocked. So there was no way he was going to get in this. We have a ticket with Zoom, and hopefully we'll use that as leverage to get our money back. And so anyway, that'll be next week. Um,
And Ty and Serena, sorry about almost spilling the beans on the new baby. That was not.
No, it was perfect. Sam, seriously, if you had, I didn't know he had told you. And so I opened this box in front of all the kids and I'm like, oh crap. And I didn't even, I was like, oh my goodness. Because all the kids are around and I'm like shoving it back in the box. And then I go upstairs and I cry my little happy tears because I got my first baby gifts and they were perfect. So no, it was so great. But I was just like, Ty, who did you tell? It was awesome. What a great memory.
Nice.
And now he's almost 2. Can you believe that?
No.
He's locked downstairs.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
told the kids, it's like, do not let him up here. He'll be driving John Deere tractors across the
Over the
keyboard.
screen.
Yes, and over the screen. The office is like a
Locked down
war
there
zone.
with the lambs?
What's that?
Got them locked down there with the lambs?
No, with the other kids, but
Oh,
he's not real helpful in the office at this point right now.
no, I can't imagine so. So I was just, look, I'm here with Jamie and I was working on some seeds and I was making a mess, so
how's it going?
I needed to get some newspaper from her and they would say, and
Oh,
it said, there was a big ad for Ekalaka tourism there. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
tourism, Ekalaka, does that go in the same sentence?
We're on the map. We're on the map.
Okay, if you're on the map, you're a tourist spot.
You have a Mexican.
Our restaurant has actually done pretty good.
Yeah, I keep seeing advertisements for that. That's
Yeah.
Finding the help. I see the specials every day.
Oh, they're
Got a
good.
restaurant?
Yeah,
At the farm?
and a farm.
At the
We-
farm?
We're,
No, it's in Ekalaka.
yeah, we're serving all of our beef at the restaurant.
And our pork
And
and
our
our
pork.
chicken.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
We just got to get you serving potatoes and carrots too.
Send them down.
That's the missing link.
We'd be happy to buy them.
I meant yours.
No.
You can't grow carrots out here in this country.
I can't even grow them in my garden.
How many people do you have working in the restaurant?
2 right now, and Serena goes in daily to kind of check on things. So
Serena is a woman of many hats.
she is.
We both are. So if you're ever in Ekalaka, stop at TSO Cantina and have a great Mexican meal because it is amazing.
They are good.
What's it called?
TSO Cantina.
Got it. TSO. I got that. I'm not that slow.
We had a couple from Helena, Montana in the other day, and I happened to be in there, and they said, do you know how many times we've heard about this restaurant? And I was like, seriously, in Helena? And they're like, yeah. And it's like more than once. And I'm like, wow. She's like, we were on our way to North Dakota and we drove all the way down to Ekalaka just to eat at the cantina. And I was like, kind of shaking my head a little bit. I was like, that's a long ways. But I would admit the food is delicious. And my poor kids, our poor kids, they have eaten their more than home cooked meals lately. So I'm like, just stop at the cantina and get something to eat.
I suspect they may have heard about it at the Blackfoot Brewery, where some of my graybeard buddies and I meet Wednesday and Sunday afternoons. And several of them have BMW motorcycles, and they go to Ekalaka almost every summer, and they talk about how much they enjoy it there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're making our spot on this side of the state.
That's awesome.
It's the first Irish-owned Mexican restaurant in Montana.
I'm gonna send you guys some cornmeal because it kind of belongs to Mexicans. Mexican restaurants. me ship something to you.
It does. It does. You're right. Ole. It belongs to
Try it
them.
out and see what you want with it.
Ollie, how's that project coming?
It's coming. There's new boxes and we just started setting seed from the line here about 3 weeks ago, and I'm waiting on Dave, and then we can deliver some seed to seed houses. So it's coming piece by piece right now, and it's been a long time coming. So it's there, and the new boxes, I got Dave all over the boxes. So they look like Dave Christensen on the boxes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's coming, and Timeless Seeds and Jim Bongro and the crew brought some people out from
Yeah, so I'm gonna put you on speakerphone
Daily Harvest and some kind of a big company out east, and
and so
they're very
here,
interested. So we'll see what happens. So
Who's
it'll
coming?
be the time. I'm gonna send you guys some, Ty and Serena.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna put Jess on speakerphone. I think that's maybe the best way. We're just stuck. So Jess, can you hear us?
I can.
You can?
I can.
Okay, great. He can hear us. So maybe we'll start with some family members who are here. So maybe the best thing to do, I'll start with Dale. And Dale, if you want to just mention the next family member and the next, and then that family member tags the next family member to say who's here.
Okay, Pat Bischoff is here, Jess's sister, and I'm his brother. Pat? Don't forget to unmute.
Diane Engel is here with me also. She's our fourth sibling. And Allison Alger is here.
Hey, Uncle Jess. So is Thad Brinkman.
Hi, Jess, it's Thad. And I'm Jess's son, and my brother Grant is here too.
I'm sure you can't imagine why they're all here.
Don't forget Marsha.
You know why they're here?
You're on mute, Grant.
Say something about Marsha.
Oh, Grant's muted.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
there.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Jess.
Hi there.
I don't know. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Great.
There's another niece too.
And Marcia is here too.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, and Carol. And Carol.
Hi, Uncle Jess.
Carol Dismore is here, who is our cousin also.
Hi, everybody. And I see Marcia's on too.
Yeah, we mentioned her.
Well, we're going to go ahead with what we kind of have planned here, as if we were just doing it
Not crying.
cold and not crying. I am privileged tonight to present MOA's Lifetime of Service Award to a longtime friend who I deeply respect. This person is so unique, their accomplishments so diverse. As their story unfolds, you will probably recognize him or her pretty easily. She is a third generation on the family farm. I believe I first met him or her at Arrow, where she is still active with agriculture and energy. This person has imagination, innovation, and interest in so many things, and he's willing to share and is willing to share all he or she has learned. This person loves their livestock, building shelters, creating shade,
Let me tell you.
missing meetings, all for their livestock. When he or she, a few years back, and I talked about growing seeds for the vegetable seed market, she said, sure, and jumped in right away the next year and gave sweet peas a 2-year try. I can't say it was successful, but we learned from everything, successful and not. He or she has as much or more diversity than most any other farmer. He or she is so adamant in their beliefs that they made sure their local school, oh gosh, that their local school had a wind power system. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Jim Barngrover for a few thoughts.
Okay, well, I've known Jess probably since late 80s or early 90s. And I think he was one of the first people to grow the first commercialized crop that Timeless Seeds came out with, and that would be George Black Medic. Yeah, and he'd grown that for a number of years. And when we switched over to lentils, Jess started growing lentils for us. I think he's principally growing the black lentils, the black belugas, as we call them. He's also growing purple prairie barley for us. And he's always entertaining when we go there. I remember years ago, probably in the 90s, I'm not certain exactly when, I did farm tours for several years for the Alternative Energy Resources Organization. And I believe it was the first one that we did there. And people started showing up, and I started doing some introductory remarks. And we noticed some smoke coming from the Quonset hut where Jess's shop is. And we kind of rushed over there to see what was happening. And there was a little fire going on in there. Apparently Jess had been welding and something had smoldered and eventually caught fire. So that was the way we kicked off that farm tour. I've marveled at Jess. He has the propensity to attract some very interesting interns. And I have to say, he's had two really good female interns in my estimation. And his current one, Erin, I think that she almost rivals, maybe she's learned so much from Jess that she's almost as good about humor and a prankster and a jokester as Jess is. So I think he's a good mentor in that respect. I could go on, but I will say that I've been getting my grass-fed organic beef from Jess for years, and I've been able to encourage and become a conduit here in Helena for numerous other people. And we always look forward to Jess coming here, or when I'm out in the hinterland, stopping in and stocking up. And that's been a really good relationship. I usually walk away with the cooler, and I never have my checkbook, but he trusts me. I think I always send him checks, so we're still good, I believe.
Thanks, Jim. Jeff. I'm going to ask you, this person who apparently Jim mentioned has occasionally been known to doze off.
Well,
but always wakes up and knows what he missed. So Jeff, it's you now. Keep him awake.
Well, thank you very much. I didn't quite understand the award. I got something outstanding award.
You haven't got it yet. We still have to listen to Jeff.
We're still talking about you, Jess.
We got more things to brag about.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, unmuted. I'm sorry.
I was wondering. I was wondering where the words were.
Yeah, they were coming somewhere. Anyway, I was trying to think of when I met Jess, and there's a couple things that I remember. I'm celebrating my 30th year in Montana, and I know it wasn't very long because that I probably met Jess because I was rather distraught when I arrived in Butte. That was part of the problem, but and didn't know that I would end up in Montana in my life. And I had failed miserably on a farm as I arrived in Montana. So I was a bit lost. And the first meeting that I kind of, to get myself going, was going to an Arrow meeting. And I still remember that meeting, and I vaguely have the faces in my face, but that was the most welcoming group of people. And I'm probably certain that Jess was there, but you get old and you can't remember things. I did start a project, and it was about 2007, and it still is one of the best studies ever done of the cost of production of organic beef, because it came from real data. So just think, all those years later, 10 members of the Organic Producers Cooperative, which are mostly, Jess has been a member of that for a long time, and this great cooperative it hangs in there. God, they hang in there. And they gave me essentially their books. So somewhere supposedly in this filing cabinet over there, I could look at the accounts of Jess's operation in about 2007, and I realized that it got in a flood, and so it's gone, because I promised, like on a Bible, that if I ever released any of that individual information, that I would be killed. So I never, I just kind of hid it away in a filing cabinet. But at one point, I knew what his cost of production was, but I have no idea what it is today. But I was also looking, you always Google it. So I Googled Jess, because, it's always interesting when you Google yourself or somebody else. And there's this great thing that I'm sure that Jamie will share with everyone in the membership. And it's part of, I think it's called the Montana Farmer or Agricultural Heritage Project. I never heard of it before, but there's a podcast. And they literally go to Jess's farm and they just put a microphone in front of him and they follow him around like he's fixing things. Just give me that wrench. And I'll end with this. He said, they asked him, well, why did you become a farmer? And then why did you become an organic farmer? And he said he was one of the first, like 1999, he became a certified organic farmer. And the answer I picked up from that little bit of listening was, well, we bought the farm from my uncle, and I got it from my parents, and when it was kind of my turn to farm, he said, I didn't want to be a farmer. He said it was too boring. and then he followed up quickly. He said, but then I got all these interns, and I brought these people on the farm, and I realized how little they knew about agriculture, so I had to teach them. And in my life, I've met many, many smart people, but I haven't met many wise ones. And Jess is one of those. So thank you, Jess.
Well, Jess, it's you, Jess.
Hi there.
And I'm going to tell one story that's one little intern story. And it was an intern that was at my place before he went to yours. And he wasn't the most favorable intern, but at a conference one time, everybody knew Jess was there when the truck pulled up with the freezer in the back full of beef. And people waited for it and looked for Jess. And he took off with that truck, this intern did, in the middle of the night after imbibing a little too much. And there was quite some issues after that. And Jess never ruffled a feather. Jess just rolled with it and made it all smooth. And there's been a lot of potential for feather ruffling in agricultural endeavors. And I think that you exemplify calm, and you exemplify leadership, and you exemplify what it takes to be successful as an organic farmer by your willingness to try things and your willingness to share what you've learned, both good and bad. And I consider it a total privilege to give Jess Algers the Lifetime of Service Award for Montana Organic Association. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's, wow. I didn't have a very good crop this year. I don't feel deserving this year, that's for sure. But I plan on maybe having a farm tour next year.
Ooh,
good.
That'd be great.
No fires?
No, it went east of us. It was about 3 miles east where it started.
I meant at the farm tour we're gonna do at your place next year.
You know, I think one of the things we've learned in this last year is that we learn a lot from those folks who have dedicated themselves, like yourself, Jess, to doing organic farming, regardless of the circumstances that Mother Nature, the climate hands everyone. And I think you exemplify that. And
Many people don't know this, but Jamie and I wrote a grant, and we've hired Jess for the next 3 years to go to 10 workshops to all over South Dakota, North Dakota. And I bet you after that's over, I'll have incredible stories to tell you.
Does Jess know this?
yes, Jess knows this.
Signed a subcontract this week, so I know
So Jess, Becky says, well, Becky, do you want to chime in?
She's still here.
I think.
Oh, there she is.
Becky, do you want to say something?
I just was hoping that if anybody can handle a farm tour in tough times, it's Jess. So please do it. It'll be good, no matter what.
Well, thank you.
And Jonah says, Jonah, did you want to chime in too?
Sure, Jess, it's a pleasure to be here tonight and to have you be one of the award winners from MOA. And I just wanted to say, you're a true pioneer and a tremendous asset to the organic community in Montana and beyond. And some of you may not know, but Jess has also received grants from the National Sustainable Agriculture and Research and Education entity, which has 5 regions, I think, in the country. But he has consistently been picked to be one of the recipients of those, and he was one of the earliest recipients in Montana in the like, I'm going to say mid-90s, when he was thinking about sustainability at that point, and then later decided, well, if I'm going to be doing all these practices, I might as well certify, and did. Yeah. I'll also say on a personal note, there's always some kind of excitement at Jess's farm tours. One time a rattlesnake was laying right in the grass and we all were walking right toward it. And Jess goes, oh, wait a minute now, folks, there's a rattlesnake right there. And don't you know, half the people went up to look. And another time when we were there, the cows got out. And I'm going to tell you, Elsie Tuss took off like a rifle shot. I mean, honestly, I think I might be her age today. And I couldn't run like that when I was a child. But anyways, Elsie took off like a rifle shot and got up in front of the cows and just jumped into pickup, and he ran after him. And they didn't get too far and they didn't do too much damage, but they were hoping all of us had a gate in our hand and we were going to let him in someplace new to graze or something. I don't know. But anyway, really a pleasure, Jess, to know you all of the years I was in Montana.
So I think too, Jess, it's a testament to your family members who've shown up tonight.
And made it through the Zoom maze.
Jumped through the Zoom hoops. And, you know, I just want to let them know that you're a leader, you're much beloved, and we appreciate all your service.
May I say something?
Of course, please do.
Oh, well, we're really proud of you, Jess. And I wanted to say what our son Brett said. He said, good for Uncle Jess. He was organic before organic was cool.
So he was cool a long time.
Please feel free, anyone to shout out.
I think we also need to say a special thank you for the extraordinary collection of unique auction items over the years that Jeff had his hands on.
Yep.
This is Dale. We are really proud of you, Jess. And I wanted to make sure people knew that Jess bought the farm from mom and dad. And dad and his brother, Max, bought it from their uncles right after World War II. So it's been in the family a long, long time. And this is a great award for you, Jess.
Well, thank you. I think they bought it, uncles bought it in 1918, I believe.
Great.
Boy, that's homesteading.
It's over 100 years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a century.
Well, this is Grant. I'm proud of you as well, Jess. It was a pleasure learning from you as I was growing up, and always knew I was getting some good information, but really proud of you and good job.
Well, thank you.
And you know what it means when it's a lifetime in leadership award? It means the rest of your lifetime has got to be devoted.
Or work.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you that Jess, this is Thad, and congratulations, and we're all proud of you. And I think it is definitely something you've been working on your whole lifetime, that thinking about how to be a good steward of the land, having the windmill, always thinking about different ways that you can help the environment, that you can save on energy, looking at different ways to put nitrogen back into the soil. It's something that you're always thinking about. So I think this is something you've dedicated your life to, and you should be proud of yourself and everything you've shared throughout your lifetime.
Well, thank you.
Nope, just two. Oh, sorry. Sam won the leadership in organics. And you got the lifetime of service.
Oh, wow.
And Sam had to go watch baseball or whatever it is he does.
Football. Or I don't know what he's
I
doing.
wish I could have got on Zoom. I don't know.
Oh, well,
We're sorry about
we're
that.
sorry. Well, hopefully we'll be in person next or soon. I'm not even gonna say next year. Let's just say soon.
And watch out because we'll all be throwing hugs at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you everyone for powering through. Is Jim or Becky or anyone have any closing remarks?
Want to say thank you to everybody, and we will have an in-person something no matter what, somehow, even if it has to be outdoors, we'll do something.
In Montana.
Well, thanks everyone for a great week. And again, we'll try to get those recordings up. And Jess, did you want to say something?
Well, I'm kind of tongue-tied right now. I don't know what to say.
That's okay. You don't have to.
I know that's a first. Yeah, Thad texted me during this meeting. I've never seen Jess speechless before in my entire life, and I was like, I said, well, maybe you can't hear very good, but I think you're actually speechless.
Well, again, thanks everyone for powering through and making the most of an interesting and perhaps uncomfortable situation, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
And thanks, Jess, for your lifetime of service.
Thank you guys. Good to see you.
Thank you guys for hosting.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank you for allowing us to join you. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you very
Oh,
much.
man, it's such an honor to have you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Great week. Thanks.
Thanks to the committee for putting together such a great palette of options for us to pick from. I'm sorry I couldn't see more, but I was really excited about the climate change pieces in particular. Really helped me think about, how do I describe this to other people? How do I make myself more effective as a homeowner? You know, like, how do you think about all of these pieces? Really, really good conference.
Thanks, Jonda.
Glad you could make it for part of it, Jonda. We
Yeah.
miss you.
Yeah, I did miss a bunch, but I saw some really, really key elements this week. Appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to the recordings, actually.
Yeah. Did you sit in on the grasshoppers and drought, or?
No, I didn't, but I did see the one in particular I really liked a lot was the climate, the guy that's tracking drought in
Michael Downey.
yeah, really, really set my brain on fire a bit there. Oh, I don't mean to say that, but yeah. Really got me thinking.
Yeah, that's a little sensitive right now in Montana, Jonda.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, I was there this summer doing organic inspections and spent a lot of time on farms that were just completely burnt up or grasshoppered out or both. It was really depressing. It's not usually so somber, but I saw a lot on the ground, and that particular presentation really helped me think about what it would be like in the future. And there's options, and I'll be excited to talk about that in the future with MOA for sure.
Yeah, well, it's looks like, you know, Michael and the Drought Task Force and Tracy and I think Becky are both serving on committees for that, which is, you know, it's so
Right.
tremendous to remind people that organic is out there and that we have a different approach to things, and it's valuable, and, you know, non-organic folks can learn a lot.
Yeah.
So
It'll rain again. It'll rain again one day.
it'll rain. Maybe
Okay.
tonight.
As soon as Ty gets the cooler.
Exactly.
Let's get that done. All right.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks again. Oh, and the student sessions are Monday at 2 p.m. and that's the future of organics, at least as far as research goes.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Did an outstanding job.
Thanks, Monari.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you for the support is much valued. Appreciate it.
I have to say, it was nice to meet some of Jess's family that I had never met. And really, really nice to have that many of you on with him.
Wonderful. And
So glad you were here.
If we couldn't have done it Zoom, if we didn't do it Zoom, it wouldn't have worked out that way.
That's true. That's
So
true.
we'll have to look at that as the bright side of the coin.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Jess.
Jess.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I guess I hung up.
No, we're still here if you want to talk.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Dale's on too still.
Are you feeling pretty safe, Jess, as far as the fires go over there?
Oh, yeah, they're out now.
They're all out. Okay, good.
Geyser had a fire the other night.
Geyser?
Yeah, and it was on the railroad tracks, and the, flames 20 feet high and a big west wind, and then it looked pretty sad for Geyser, but the wind switched and burned itself out pretty much.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky.
Did it go into Stanford town?
No, it was about a mile from town, but 60 miles an hour wind, it don't take much to get there.
No, takes about a minute.
Yep. If the wind switched, that was sure lucky. I wish it would have switched for Denton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very sad.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Yeah,
thank, huh?
They had 21 houses burn up and 18 other buildings, which I assume are mostly garages. And then 6 businesses, which was all the elevators and I think the LP gas burned up, but I don't, that would be 4 or so. I'm not sure what the other 2 businesses were. Well, it could have been Glass Trucking. They had a couple semi-loads of hay sitting there
Oh,
on the semis and they burned up.
oh gosh.
And those can smolder for months.
Well, and it's so valuable too
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Were the elevators full?
What?
Were the elevators full?
No, they weren't. They haven't been using them much lately.
They
Oh,
still,
one of them had 5,000 bushels in, I guess.
they still stink as nothing else when an elevator burns.
They're still burning?
Well, I mean, they
Oh.
stink. That stink goes on forever.
Yeah, they're still smoldering, Gail says.
So, well, congratulations again, Jess and Gail, and thanks Dale and Patricia for being here, and Margaret, and we'll have a recording of this. So, and get it posted. Can't wait to get it to meet in person again for sure.
Good job. That was pretty cool being online and doing it all that way, but it turned out really well.
Yeah, thanks again, family members, man. It was so touching to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll be signing off now, so thank you.
All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night,
Night,
Jess.
Jess.
Yep, good night.